Till then, I'll quickly change. Okay. Hope I'm audible to everyone. Okay. So this is what we are going to do it right now. It's like cleaning part of the data. So quickly I'm going to do it. Though she has given me a lot of steps for that. Very good for that. So basically this made me understand that she has analyzed the whole part of her data. Okay. Quickly here, if you can see this record starting with 0, 1, 2, 3. So I don't want it. So it seems like this is a kind of a serial number. So quickly what I'm going to do. I told you the last thing what we have done it. I told you the second step how we are going to do it. I'll just remove this quickly and we'll do it in front of you immediately. Okay, so I'm going in home. I'm getting my data over here. This I don't want it, so I'll just quickly close it. Okay, I'm sharing it once again. Okay, so this is something what we need to start here. So here quickly I'm getting a data over here. So this was my data. It's in CSV form. So I'm taking up over here. I told you there are two ways of getting the data. One is like you can get it, transform that, and then load it. The other way is like load it first and then do the processing. Okay. Yesterday I showed you the first part of it. Today we are going to start with the next one. This we mostly follow when exactly we have a lot of data with us. Okay. So first we do the processing on that data and later on we load that. So the second step we are going to start it. That is first I'm going to transform that. So click on transform data and quickly he is going to take you in the Power Query. Here I'm going to start with the data. So if you can see here, it's starting with 0. So it seems like it's a kind of an index number, but it should not start with 0 because this is going to give me some kind of a complication. So quickly, I'm just going to add a index column over here. If you can see over here, add index column. So by default, it's going to add it in the end. If you want to move this in front, you can just quickly go ahead and move to the beginning. Right click on that. So this is my index number. I don't want these unnamed kind of thing. So automatically I got the index number. Otherwise, you can rename that as serial number also. Okay. So quickly.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, tell me.
Screen seems to be frozen.
Okay, every others, they can see my screen. Others
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. I'll quickly stop it again. I'll share it once again. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to rename that using a serial number over here. But I don't want it from 0. So you can just simply click here and ask it to make it from 1. Okay. And then I'll take it in the front. Move in beginning. Okay. So I got something over here. I'll delete this thing. Okay, so I don't want this. I have already replaced that particular thing. So I'll just remove this thing also. This I'll just rename this with a number. That's a serial number if I say. Okay, so now the next step is like to remove the null values. Okay, you shouldn't remove the null values directly. You need to check what exactly is there in your null value. So I'll just click on blank, which is your null value. See, so there is no records related with the other columns. Go and drag it on the other side and please check it once if that is related with something. Like if you have some records over here, though you have a null value in this, but you have records over here, so that means you cannot delete that directly. So better confirm that with your client whether you should go ahead and delete it. Never do it, never delete it directly. Okay, so since it is totally blank, if you can see from here and there, it's totally blank. So simply you can just remove those null values. Okay, so just click on this, remove empty. Okay, now I have my records which doesn't have any kind of null values. So I'm just going to change all those things. And later, yesterday I showed you something like you need to check each and everything. Like here it was there, notebook thing, right? So it's the spelling which is given here is netbook. Okay, so this is what I need to change it. Okay, I'll quickly go here. Make sure that you're taking a correct spelling. So you can directly change it by the replace value. It was something like this. So I want a proper spelling. So please replace that with a notebook. And again, go back and check in the filter whether it has been replaced. Yes, it has been replaced. Okay. So make sure that you're clicking every time on a load. Okay. Because sometimes they are hidden. So just check it like that. Okay. Now it's perfect. Okay. So like this, you need to check each and everything. So in every data, it's like there was some kind of a data. If you can see over here something CPU is there. And then if you can see here, there was certain kind of a data over here. So it won't be visible unless and until you click and load over here. So check it over here, like if anything else is like here, still you need to find out. So right now I won't put much of the time in this. Okay. So like this, you need to check everything and clean the data. Okay. Now this is done. If something, I'll just show you something over here in the weight. Okay. So make sure that you're checking these digits. Okay. These are something like which are going to help you out a lot in terms of calculation. Okay. If you can find there is something over your question mark. Okay. So please go ahead and check it what is there in the question mark. And if you're confused like what to do it about the question mark, you need to check it with your client. Okay. This something question mark is it. Now see, here it is question mark, but if you can see other data are there, other records are there. So that means that you cannot delete this directly. Deleting should be the last part of your working. Okay. So here it is something question. So please intimate these things to your client with that I got a question mark in the data set. Please let me know with what record I should replace, or should I keep it like that only. Okay. So here something question mark is there. So better don't keep a question mark, put something over here which is related to the data type. Okay. Now here, if you can see, the data types are your whole numbers. So put some whole number over there. So here you can put it 0 instead of that. Okay. So don't keep question mark because it is going to mismatch over here. So just replace these values with 0, I'll say. Okay. Nothing is there. So no idea. So I just added a 0. And if you're doing something changes into that, please make sure that you're confirming these things with your client that I have done these things. Okay. Okay, so these are something the steps what you need to follow over here. Okay, and then you can start doing the processing. Okay, let's start with the designing. So I just wanted to clear out with these part of that. So you're not going to get as usual the clean data to you. The data set which is this is already provided to you, and in today's assignment you're going to use the same data set, clean it yourself, and if you're not going to clean it, you're not going to get a perfect result. So I'm just clicking on close and apply. So there are many steps into that. I won't do it. I won't do it everything in front of you because I want you to do it. I'm just starting up. I'll just share it 1 second. Okay, I'm just starting up over here the other steps now. Okay, now we are going to start with the designing part of the dashboard. Just give me a moment. Okay. Okay, so here my data set is ready now. Okay, so I'll start up something over here. It's like creation of the the simple dashboard. We are starting with a simple dashboard today. Okay, so there are different kind of dashboards. Don't stop your learning. Search on internet. Go ahead and search on Google. You'll find lot of dashboards. Okay, try to make those dashboards, because there are n numbers of design. Because what happens that if you stop learning and if you don't explore yourself, you're going to design the same kind of dashboards every time. So it's like if your client wants something attractive every time, he wants something, he want to see something new, please learn those things like every time. Use those. It's nothing difficult into that. You just have to take any dashboard and put your learnings into that. So designing, at least you can see from the other places and start making the design. Because this is my personal experience. I like making designs in a different ways. Like every time I don't use the same kind of a design. I like making it differently every time. So that's going to make you learn also, and it would be more attractive. But some of the clients, like few of my clients are like, they have a standard form of using the theme. So they prefer using the simple theme. Okay. Now let's start with the dashboard. Okay. Yesterday I showed you from your browse option, you can go ahead and check with various kinds of themes over here. Okay. So you can take whatever theme, you can take it from the Google, you can take it from the Microsoft and download that, put it in your folder, then later on you can use it. So n numbers of ways into that. Okay. Now, first of all, I'll start with something about the border over here. Okay. So for creation of the border, I'll just show you something. Uh-oh.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry, I think something. Okay. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is how you need to take something here. I just added a border. Sorry. Okay. So just take a border over here like this. Like if you can see that it is visible with a black color. So for that, you need to go ahead and change the background color. Put the same background color what you have added over here. So same background color you need to add, or otherwise there is a second option. Just uh, make the transparency with 100%. Okay, so it's going to give you the same kind of a color. So this is how you can add a heading to this. Like if you can see that it is a kind of design with what we are using. Okay, let's jump back to something now. What I'll show you. Just give me 2 seconds. Now I'm going to make you walk through to a particular. I have stopped the screen share so that I can show you some document from my WhatsApp. Okay, now the important thing is like every company gives you a kind of specification, that is requirement specification. Okay, so in this requirement specification you need to go ahead and check what your company, what your client wants you to make it. Okay, so this requirement specification is nothing but the requirement of a client, what he or she or the company says you to make into that particular dashboard. So this is called your requirement specification, but make sure that you read this requirement specification very carefully. The reason behind this, it gives you all the things, all the steps you need to include that particular into your dashboard. Okay, so this is requirement specification, so make sure you are reading that 10 times to start up the process. Okay, now I'll go ahead with the particular requirement specification. So basically business head of an organization is looking for a report to know the sales analysis to certain period of a time. They wish to have this report updated on daily basis. Okay, so based on the business head requirement, the development team started collecting the data and started creating a report for Power BI desktop. Later on they can use it in the service. So these are something what they want us to do it in this. Okay, so first they're asking you to create a year slicer. Okay, so let's go one by one step, like creating a year slicer. And now I won't be focusing more into designing part. Okay, because I want you to do the designing into that. So please don't do your design the same way I'm doing it. You can place it anywhere, make it more creative, your creativity, you are open for that. Okay, now my first requirement is like I need to add a date slicer over here. Okay, so in adding of the date slice, oh sorry, I took a this something a different database actually. I need to take a different database right now. Okay, I hope this database is clear to you right now. So I'm taking up a next database for which we need to do the reporting now, because I wanted to cover this as well with you.
My screen is free.
Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Anyways, I'm just loading the data. Okay. Okay, so here I have added my data. Okay, I'll just give a name to that database. It's like store data. Can you see my screen, right? You can see my screen.
No, ma'am.
No? I'll just share it once again and the whole thing I'll share it with you. Okay, can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Even this document you can see right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so first is like you need to create a year slicer. So I'll get through you with the database now. Okay, just forget this laptop data now. We are done with that clearing part of our data. So now I'll be focusing with the next data, that is your store data. Quickly, it's almost already a clear form of a data. Okay, so in this, you need not have to do some parts of the clearing, but yes, we need to start something over here. So there are some columns over here like row ID, order date, ship date, ship mode, customer ID, customer name, segment, country, city, state, postcode, region, product ID, category, subcategory, and the name of the product, sales, its quantity, discount, and the profit. Okay, now this is what we have got a data set over here, which is almost clear, but make sure that you're checking that again. Okay, now if you can see over here, the format for your order date is into this form. Okay, so see, whenever you are making a slicer or making use of a date into your report, so make sure that you convert that into a proper. So most of the time we use a format of a common and normal format, that is MDDYY. Okay, so this is my MDDYY kind of a format. So I'm just going to select this MDD kind of a format over here. So see, you got this particular format. So I'm going to change the same format over here, that's MDDYY. But still it's quickly wait, I'll just take this format instead of that, because I want to show you the whole set of year into that. So I'll take a whole year thing kind of. Just give me 2 seconds. I wanted a date in front of me. Okay, fine. I'll take this one. Okay, fine. So I have taken the month first, date, and the year after that. So it totally depends on you, like how you want to go ahead and check it. So this is what I have converted, this my particular thing. Okay, I'll come back to the designing part over here. So this is my store sales analysis. So quickly, store sales analysis. Okay, so fine. You can take it, align that properly. Now, my first requirement was to put a slicer. Which slicer? It was a date slicer. Okay. So quickly get through the date slicer. So for that, if you can see, we have two columns which are related with date. One is your order date and the shipment date. Okay. So since here the client hasn't mentioned that which kind of a slicer they wanted. Okay. So quickly you can ask them if you want, but if there is no way out for asking, let's put the order slicer, because order is something which is going to help you out with the particular dates over here. Now I have added a slicer, but now if you can see the document, what it is given to you, you need to create a year slicer, not a date slicer. Okay, so quickly here, what I'm going to do in my order date, you'll see a hierarchy over here. So just put a year instead of date. So what I'm doing, I'm just adding up the year of the slicer. Okay, so there are different ways of putting the slicers. You can put these slicers like this, or otherwise, if you can explore yourself, you have a tiles kind of a slicer. So this is one kind of a way you can put it. If something is very less into your this thing, so there are very less things, so you can just take it these also, a kind of a slicer as well. So here is my year slicer. Okay. Okay, make sure that you align it properly. Okay, so here my year slicer is ready. Next is my step, like to create a measure for total sales that should not filter by the year slicer. Okay, now I'll show you how we are going to create a measure for total sales. Okay, so here is my database. I'm going to quickly create a new measure over here. Measure is something that I'm going to create a DAX for it. Okay, now what I want the sum of, okay. See, whenever you're writing a measure over here, one thing is like you automatically get some help into this. Please make sure that you're using these things, the help of these things, and writing a DAX for that. Later on, we are going to write on the complicated DAX as well, which is going to help you out. And this is going to explain you why exactly I'm asking you to use these things instead of typing. So let's come up with this. That is, they wanted me to find out the total sales. Okay, the total sales of the. So I'll quickly give a name. Total sales. Okay. Okay, I got my particular measure ready with me. So let's see if my measure is working or not properly. So I'll just take it quickly over here. Okay, my measure name was total sales. Okay, so this is something which is giving me the total sales of the records. But if I select the year, what is happening? See here, it's changing. But what's my requirement is, it shouldn't change according to the particular year. It shouldn't filter with the year. Okay, so for that, you need to just write down something in the DAX that it shouldn't filter like this. There are two ways of doing that. One is like you can write a DAX for that, which is not going to filter. The other way is you need to avoid the syncing of this. Okay, now I'll show you how we create the syncing part of this. Okay, to fulfill this condition, this is my condition. I'll just read it once again for you. Create a measure for a total sales that should not filter by the year selection slicer. So I told you there are two ways of doing it. One is writing something into the DAX. I won't tell you that thing because I don't want you to give you everything. You need to find out what is something you need to make change into the DAX. Search on Google and find out and write down the query for that. The other technique I'll show you. The other technique is without a measure thing. Okay, I'll just show you. Okay, so this is something edit interaction. We call it as edit interaction. Okay, now here, this is my slicer. I am saying that, okay, I'll just show you quickly what I did.
Good.
See, I have stopped the interaction with that particular card. What I have told, see, I have taken this, click on format, you'll get an option. I'm just removing once again. Okay, click on format, click on edit interaction. Okay, now here this is selected. Okay, this is selected. I want to stop its interaction with this particular, that it should not work according to the slicer. So what I have done, I have just clicked on this. Okay, now I'll just show you. Now see, it's not changing the records because I have stopped the interaction. So this is one way of doing that. I'll tell you there is one more way for that. That is like you need to write something, a small changes there in the DAX. I won't tell you that answer because you need to show me that particular thing. Okay. Now this is something what I have fulfilled my first condition, that it should not interact according to the slicer. So that is ready now. Okay. Now let's come up with the next kind of a requirement, that is calculate the previous year and the current year sales according to the slicer selection and use the measure card visual. Okay. Now they want me to write a DAX for calculating the previous year and the current year sales. Okay. So this is something which is,
No.
sorry,
What the?
you're saying something?
Hmm?
You're on
Approach
mute
Yeah.
yourself.
Wait. Swimming करे.
Also, can you mute yourself? Okay, so here is something, it's like you need to find out a measure over here, which is going to create the previous year and the current year sales according to the slicer selection. Now we want the interaction with that particular slicer. So this is what you need to do, the second step over here. And the calculate of the Y over LY, like year of percentage, for that we need to create one measure. So if you can see that there are a lot many measures over here, okay? So these are all things they are expecting us to do it with the help of slicer. Calculate the total number of customers ordered in each particular year using a slicer. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the easy things for you first so that we can jump on to the later complicated things. Okay, these previous year and the current year I'm going to show you right now. Let's do this thing. Total number of customers ordered in particular slicer selection with a year slicer selection. Okay, let's come on. So for that, I'll just quickly copy this, paste it here. So here, instead of sales, I want a DAX which should give me the total number of records, okay, for the customers. Now, if you can go ahead and check something over here in the database, can you tell me something like which is related to the customer, the column? I'll show you the table. Yeah, quickly tell me. I'll keep you in front of you. Yeah, it's in front of you right now. So quickly tell me, like, which is the column which is related to your customer, and I can find out the number of customers with that. Anyone?
Customer ID.
Exactly. Can I use name?
No, names
No,
can be
ma'am,
duplicate.
Yeah, exactly. We cannot use name into this. Yes, we can use it, but it's not going to be 100% sure about that. Like the result is going to show you perfectly. Reason behind this, there could be a customer with same name and the same surname. So it's going to give you the complications. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do it, I'm going to use a customer. Sorry, I'm going to use a customer ID for that. For the particular thing. Okay. Now, if you can see over here, even though the names are similar over here, so IDs are also same. Okay. So I'll just show you. Okay. So are we going to use the same kind of a DAX over here? Some? Just quickly tell me yes or no. Am I going to use the same DAX?
Yes.
Do we need to find the total number of customers?
Yes. Yes. I need to find that. Okay.
No,
Okay. Someone.
I think we need to use count instead of sum.
Okay. Let's see someone said like we want to use sum over here. Let's show him quickly. If we can go ahead and check the sum, what is going to give me the answer? Because I just want to clear your doubts here itself. Okay, let's come back to the customer ID over here. I'm finding out the sum over here. Okay, so quickly, I did not rename that measure. I'll do it. Okay. Okay, this is giving me error. Why? Someone said me sum. Let's go ahead and read the error. Okay.
Sum has to work on arithmetic
function-
numbers. I mean,
Yes.
it has to be numbers instead of alphabets.
Exactly. So understood? The function sum cannot work with the values type string. Okay. So that is the reason we cannot use a sum kind of a thing over here. Okay. Because it has a string into that. Now, you were correct that we need to use a count over here. I'll show you count now. Okay. So there are two things. Okay. Count and count X. Let check out both things in front of you. Okay. What it's giving you the difference. So let's go ahead and check with this customer ID. Okay, it's showing me a figure of 2,500. Okay. Okay, now here I'll just check it, count, different kind of count. Okay, let's use count X. And let's see. It's giving me error.
I think because count AX takes expression into the
Exactly.
argument.
Exactly. So these are the things you need to explore yourself every time. Okay, why these things? Because right now, if you'll go ahead and if you want to give an interview and you'll start studying about this, you'll get an answer. Why? What is the difference between count and count X? What is the difference between sum and sum X? But unless and until you try it yourself and find out the thing, what is the difference, you won't be able to do that particular thing. Okay, so this is what I want you to go ahead and please check all those things. Okay, but here, if I'll show you your count thing, it's giving me a record. I'll create one more. Okay, this I have created using count. Okay? Now let's create one more measure just to show you the difference now. Here I'm using something else now. Okay, now if you can see here, the count is 2,587 and here the distinct count is 638. Okay, now here we are going to use a distinct count. Reason behind this is like I want to avoid the duplication of those customers. So that is the reason I'm going to use a distinct count. Okay, so understood the difference between both of them, like why exactly we need to sometimes go ahead with the count and sometimes the discount count. So please make sure that you go ahead and check the requirement for that. Okay, every time it's not compulsory that you need to use a distinct count. You need to check the situation over there. Okay, so here my situation is like I want the total number of customers. Okay, but if I say that I want to know the total of customers with all the orders, so in that case, there might be a customer who takes up 2 different or 3 or 5 different orders. So in that, I cannot take a distinct count. I need to take a count. So you need to analyze yourself first, like what is your requirement document. So this is something what I want. That is my distinct count over here. Okay. So quickly, I'll just. So this is nothing but my total customers. Okay, let's jump up to the next requirement now. Okay, calculate the total number of orders happened in each particular year of the slicer. Let's come up and check if my slicer is working with this or not. Yeah, see, it's working, but it's not working with this because I have stopped the syncing part of that. I have stopped the interaction thing into those particular two things. Okay, now I won't work much of the time. I won't put much of the time in the designing, okay? Because I wanted to clear your context. Now, my next part of a thing is like we need to go ahead and find the total number of orders. It's perfectly. I'll just show you quickly. Okay, can you please tell me which is the option I'm going to use it for creation of the measure? Which is the column I'm going to use it for the order?
Order ID.
Exactly. Or can we use order date?
No.
Order date can be duplicate.
Exactly. Order date can be duplicate. So to avoid that, I need to use a unique reference. So whenever you're finding a count for particular thing, make sure that you're using the unique keys after that. Like for example, customer ID and order ID. Okay. Let's jump up to the order ID over here. So again, let's create a new measure over here. Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what I have used over here, I'll show you once again. Distinct count of the orders. Okay. Now I'm creating
phone
one.
video call na. Highway ke na khayba.
Can you please mute yourself?
Code पढ़ଥିଲା. ପଢିଥିଲା ଗୋଟେ କେନ୍ତୁ.
Yeah, please mute yourself. Now I'll show you something different over here. Show you a difference into this. Instead of distinct count, I'm putting something over here. Okay. Now, if you can see the records over here, this I have used over here, that is the distinct count. I'll show you. Okay. So for the total orders, I have used a distinct count, and here I have used a count over here. So which one would be correct? Here, what should I use? Distinct count or count?
We should use distinct count, but normally order IDs are different for all the orders, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But what if some of the companies or some of the clients put the same kind of a category?
Got it, got it. Okay, company-wise, it may be similar, yes.
Yeah, so it depends on your client. Okay, again, you cannot judge it. So there are different kind of clients, like they maintain different kind of databases. So some of
Yes.
them, they use a unique ID, but some of them, they may use one ID for the different kind of order. So it can be anything. So here,
Okay.
again, you need to confirm with the client as well, whether you should go ahead with this or you should, because you need to show them both of the things. Like these are the things I have done it, but I am not able to proceed further since I want to know exactly what is the company specification, or otherwise you can talk to your colleagues, you can talk to them and get through your company database. So what kind of things they are following up. So like this, you can take a help of your colleagues. Don't stop it for that. Like sometimes if you're working for a US client, you cannot wait for them for the night time for the whole day. So make sure that you're making both the things together in front of you and later on confirm that and delete any one of them. So like this is a particular thing which depends company to company. Okay. So both, I must say both are correct and both can be incorrect as well. Okay. So just I wanted to show you the difference of both the things. Okay. Now the next one is like calculating the top 5 sales customers. Okay. Now for that, there is one particular DAX for this. Can anyone have an idea for that? Like for top 5 customers, what we can use it?
There is a DAX top N, I guess.
Exactly. Exactly. So there is, see, there are two ways again, huh? Because in Power BI, what happens, it gives you lots of solutions. It's like lot of way of doing the project. Okay. There is lot many ways, but here, if you can again jump to the specification. Okay. So this is a document which you should read it almost 20 to 30 times, because before doing that. Now here, if we come back to this, there it is written, calculate the top 5 sales of customer. There is two way of doing that. But what your company wants, what your client wants, it is defined over here DAX. So what they want a DAX for that. Okay. So you need to write a DAX for this particular. That's calculating the top 5 sales customer. Okay. Since one of you, good that you gave me an answer that we are going to use a DAX for that. That is top N. Okay. So that is top 5 top N. So you need to write and show me the DAX for this. I am showing you the second option right now. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to show you tomorrow as well, but I want you to put some efforts in doing the dashboard.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's, I'll show you quickly the second part of the thing. Okay. I'll take this. Make your own design. Okay. Please make your own design. And I don't want anything from you. Don't want the PBX file. Just click a photo with your mobile phone. And I want to see only this part. Whatever figures will tell me if you have done it right or wrong. So just click this picture with the camera. Once you're done with the dashboard, just click this picture and send me. Otherwise, you can export that to a PDF and send me. I don't require your PBX file for this. Okay. So this is something what I'll do it. The second way I'm teaching you. Okay. Okay. Here I want the total top 5 customers. Okay. Now top 5 customers, I'll take a ID for that. Okay. So this is my customer over here. So I won't put anything over here, but okay. I'll just enlarge it so that I can show you properly. What top 5 customer? On what basis you want to find out that these are the top 5 customers? Can you tell me? On what basis you'll decide that these are the 5 customers? Your top 5 के customer है.
Number of orders they do.
Yeah, it can be.
Total sales.
Exactly. So see here, there are two aspects over here. Okay, you can determine the top 5 customers sales के हिसाब से भी, profit के हिसाब से भी, and then you said orders के हिसाब से भी. Okay, so there are 3 ways of doing that. एक आप top 5 customers find करो sales के हिसाब से, एक आप find करो order के हिसाब से. But here जैसे कि आपके क्लाइंट ने इतना प्रॉपरली तो मेंशन नहीं किया है, उसको टॉप 5 कस्टमर्स किस बेस पे चाहिए, तो फाइंड आउट विच इज द टॉप मोस्ट प्रायोरिटी. किसकी प्रायोरिटी ज्यादा होगी इनमें से? व्हाट यू थिंक?
Total sales.
Exactly. The client is focusing on the sales record right now. So ये सोचो, since I told you that you're working as a business intelligence, okay, so you need to use your intelligence at every point of time. So every point of time means यहाँ पे भी आपको आपका इंटेलिजेंस यूज करना है कि उसको सेल्स का रिपोर्ट चाहिए, राइट? तो उसको ऑर्डर से क्या लेना देना, उसको सेल्स से ज्यादा ये है, he is more interested into sales. So here I'll take a priority, but if you want you can confirm with them, or later on when you submit the report उसमें mention करो कि मैंने ये किया है, ऐसे ऐसे किया है. So you need to mention them those things just to clear your aspect. Okay, now what I'm taking a sales over here. Okay, okay, so this is something I have taken the sum of sales over here. I'll just show you quickly in the table, okay, instead of this. Two things I'm going to show you over here. And let's take a customer name over here. Okay, so I got some customers over here. So this is going to give you unique records of the customers, the names of the customers, and the sum of sales. Okay, now if I put up measure over here, that's my total sales. See, it's giving you same kind of records. So that means your measure is correct. यहाँ से भी आप टेस्ट कर सकते हो अपने measures को कि मैंने जो measure create किया है वो correct है या नहीं. So this is the other way out. Okay. So this is something what I have, like total sales and the sare customers ka. Now what you want the top 5 of the customers, right? So just go ahead. Okay. So you can see an option over here, top n. दिख रहा है आपको? तो यहाँ पे you can put it कि according to my sales, apply a filter top 5 के customers. Okay. So top 5 what you want? You want top 5 के customers over here. Okay, so I'll put it over here. This is going to be more easy. Okay, so this is something what you got it is like top 5 sales records. I'll just arrange that. Okay. Okay. So what I have done, I have filtered that top 5 customers according to your sales. So according to your sum of sales, segregate the top 5 customers. So this is what they have given you the records for top 5 customers. But since they want to make it visible in a card, so that also you can do it over here. Okay, so this is giving you only the sales record of those top 5 customers. Okay, if you can see the total amount over here, I'll just enlarge that. Okay, is it visible for you? Should I increase the format?
No, that's okay.
That's okay. Okay, so this is the top 5 customers ka sales amount in this card. So you can use both the things in here. So right now they want a measure to show the top 5 ka sales. So this is my top 5 ka. If you can go ahead and check in terms of year wise, you can go ahead and check as well. So this was the second way of finding out the top 5 ka records, the sales and the table if you want. Okay, but the next one more option what they are expecting us to do it is like creating a measure, and we already gave you the example for that you need to use a top n ka DAX for that. Okay. So I want you to use that particular thing and show me the dashboard for this. Okay. So today I'm going to send you this particular this thing, the specification, and here we have created something over here. It's like we have created these particular slices. So previous year and the current year is what we are going to cover in the next classes, and this Y2Y percentage also we are going to cover, and I'm going to show you how we are going to change the color of this using conditional formatting. So this is what we need to create, and then this is something which is very easy, but if you want you can try it yourself. Okay, now here if you can see the specification, create the matrix chart and show top 5 customers by sales for each category. This point you need to do it. So try out 4th and 5th point also if it is possible for you. As much as you can try out, please create a dashboard and you need to show it to me by tomorrow. Okay. So the most complicated thing in this is these 2 parts what we are going to cover tomorrow. Okay, so I'm sending you this evaluation assessment and you need to show me the dashboard. Find out if you can clear the data as well and come back to me. Okay. Any doubts into this?
No.
Yeah, it's like once you do the dashboard, maybe the doubt would be there later on, and you can let me know. Okay,
Yes.
I have not put much of the time in the designing. Okay, let me tell you, I have made a simple thing for you. Even I won't show you what the dashboard is already ready with me. I won't show you that as well, because that's going to give you the idea. I don't want to give you any kind of idea. I want you to create your own kind of a design into that. So whatever colors, whatever things, whatever themes you want, you can just put it. I just want to check the designing into that, how good you design into that, and the formulation, okay, the alignment also. Make sure that you're aligning all those things properly, and come up with the dashboard tomorrow. Okay, I hope you're going to complete that.
Yes.
Yeah, send me the PDF or just click a picture of it. Figures will tell me the answers already.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Fine. It was a good day with you all. Let's meet tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.